hi. Where are you going? You sure? You want to say hi? You want to say hi to the people? Say hi. I'm a cute cat. Look at those feet. Ooh. What is happening? What is happening? Why are you so cute? I know you hate me right now, but I love you. Hi guys, I'm Kasha. Welcome to the channel and to our coffee times together. Today, because I know we're gonna have to be home for longer than we wanted, longer than we expected, and we all need books and series and distractions, you know, just be transported into another world and try to forget a little bit the situation out there, which is for all of us a little bit scary, a little bit unsettling, and gives us a little bit of anxiety, let's be honest. So I have put together another list of 5 things that you might like to read / watch.
It's coffee time!
So I tried to look for different topics than the ones from my other 2 videos. I'm gonna list the other 2 videos down below in the description in case you have not checked them out and you will still like to check it. So the first category for today is horror short stories. So Netflix just came with a Scandinavian kind of limited series of only 6 episodes called Blood Ride, and in this one we are basically in a bus and it's very creepy. The passengers, they are all different people, and every episode the camera focuses on one of the passengers of this bus and tells us their little story. So this is kind of a compilation of horror stories in the sense of, you know, like bedtime stories or creep show, all of these kind of shows. And I really enjoyed it. Of course, they were from the 6 stories, 1 or 2 that I liked the most, and the other ones were just like okay. But if you like these kind of horror anthologies of short stories, you might want to give this series a try. And as for the book, I would like to mention a compilation, like an anthology of horror stories that came out not long ago and I read, and it's called Strange Girls, Women in Horror, and it has a total of 22 stories. This was edited by Athura Knox. And all of these stories are told by women and include women in the stories. So it is a very, you know, powerful anthology, like a little bit more giving representation to women authors in horror. And what I really liked about it is that at the end of every story you get a little bio on each author, and also there is a story that comes with trigger warnings to help people that might be triggered. So I really loved the way that this book was edited, and I really enjoyed the 22 stories. The second category today is mystery thriller. So Netflix again just released a mystery thriller that I binged called Dare Me. We got season 1, 10 episodes, and this is kind of like a drama thriller that compiles a lot of different things and touches a lot of different topics, including, you know, substance abuse and bad relationships between, you know, the kids and the parents, cheating. There's a lot going on in this show, but I really like, for some reason, all the characters. They were all very different. They were really well fleshed out, and I really loved the show. It bothers me a little bit that it kind of ended in a cliffhanger and the series just came out, which means we have to wait now until Netflix releases season 2, which we know now everything has been stopped from filming, so who knows. But it's still really enjoyable if you like the typical mystery thriller. This one in particular involves a high school and the cheerleading team and the new teacher that has come to train the girls to go to the finals as the cheerleading squad. Really enjoyable if you like the typical small town kind of thrillers. And as for a book, I would like to mention a thriller that I read, I think, last year, and it's called He Will Find You by Charlie Gallahan. And this one I like because it started really weird and it just got weirder and weirder. We're following a young detective that works with a really old detective, so I absolutely loved the chemistry between the 2 characters. And the first thing that happens in the book is A kid appears in the middle of the night in front of a car covered in blood that it's not his own. The kid will not talk because he's in shock or they don't know what's happening. But after that event, more things start to happen and everything is interconnected, and it was done so well. I really enjoyed this one. So if you're looking for a very enjoyable thriller, you might want to give this one a try. Number 3 today as topic is heavy topics, and for this I chose a limited series from Netflix that I really loved called Unbelievable, and it has 8 episodes. It is based on a true crime story about the Washington and Colorado states serial rapist, and about how one of the girls was not believed when she said she was raped, and there is 2 different detectives from both states that have to work together to figure out if she's telling the truth, who is raping this woman, and I absolutely love it. Toni Collette is here and she was fantastic, but like I said, it's a heavy topic, so trigger warnings for sexual assault and rape, of course. And as for the book, I'm never gonna stop telling people to read this book, and that is I Stop Somewhere by T. Carter. I think is one of the books I've mentioned the most on my channel. I don't know why. It's because I really loved the movie The Lovely Bones, but the book didn't cut it for me. And then when I read I Stop Somewhere, this book was everything I would have hoped for the Lovely Bones book to be. It is a story in which we start by knowing the story from the girl that's already been killed. So the same as in The Lovely Bones, the person telling the story is a girl that has died because somebody has killed her. And she starts to tell her story. And in I Stop Somewhere, we have the trigger warning for sexual assault and rape, as well as we had in the show that I just mentioned. And it is very powerful. It's very heartbreaking and really sad, but it was so beautifully written that it's a book that I think it's always gonna stick with me. So if you do like this topic or genre and you are not somebody that would be triggered by something like this, I think it is definitely worth a try. But as same for the show as for the book, I think these are topics that you need to go into when you're in a good mental space. Number 4, it's going to be what I like to call Hallmark movies or a love story that takes place in a really small town. For that, I would like to mention Virgin River, which is a Netflix series that it's actually based on books, and it's about these young nurse that in order to forget a little bit the trauma in her past, she decides to move to a really small town and accept a job there to help the doctor who is getting really old, so he needs kind of like help from another person, and she kind of has to adapt to the life of a small town. Of course, she also meets a guy that's really cute. So if you're looking for some Hallmark Channel vibes, this series is perfect for you. As for the book, we have from Katarina Bibald, The Readers of Broken Will Recommend. This is a mouthful of a book title, but I really love this one because it's this girl that goes to work in a bookstore to a really tiny small town where everybody knows each other, and when she gets there, she's the new person, and she also has to kind of adapt to the life there in a small town and how things are done in small towns, and will she find their love interest. I really love this one. Plus, we all love stories that have to do with books. And I really remember enjoying this one. And we have here again, a girl moves to a really small town. She's not used to this life and possible love interest. So if you like these kind of stories, I would recommend you to pick this book. Now, for the last topic of today, I wanted to do something that has to do with queer characters. So Maya Martin is a comedian and she is a lesbian, and there is now a show on Netflix that is kind of a biography of her life, and it includes her relationship, trying to figure out what kind of sexuality you have, and it also kind of touches drug dependency, and it's called Feel Good. It only has, I think, 6 episodes, and it's really new, but if you're looking for a new queer series, this might be for you. It's also really bingeable because it is short. And for the book, I would like to recommend You Ask for Perfect by Laura Silverman. I really enjoyed this one because it has a lot of representation in it. We have a senior student that, you know, his focus in life is his studies and getting the best grades and getting into a good college, and everything has to be perfect in his life. And there is a point where he fails a test and his life kind of crumbles, and he starts to be mean to everybody, and it's only focused on his studies. And he also meets a potential love interest, which is also a he, and he also comes from a family that are, you know, Jews. So there's a lot of representation when it comes to religion as well that I really absolutely love to read about. And it's a book that it's exploring what's important in life and what we consider important. Is that really the important things in life? I loved to, you know, go through everything with the character and, you know, see how he was finding himself. It was a really good story. And there you have it. These are 5 more options of TV shows and books that you might want to pick up while you have that extra free time at home. I hope everybody is staying home, being good, staying safe, and healthy. And if you guys have any other recommendations maybe for me, let me know down below. What have you been reading or watching lately that you've really enjoyed? Let's talk about it in the comments. Before you leave, please give the video a big thumbs up, and if you want to follow me on the social media, the links as always are down below. And I hope to see you all in the next coffee time. Bye.